up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and some more Blood and Plunder content. So it's been a minute since we've had our series here looking at the different units and factions for the game, but we're going to be definitely featuring that more regularly moving forward and getting through all the various, again, factions, units, special characters, etc. for the game. So just in general, a whole lot more Blood and Plunder content and looking at, again, the various expansions for it. So we're looking at lists here from the No Peace Beyond the Line book, which is really book 2. And so today we're going to kick off with looking at one of the English factions, and that's the Caribbean Militia. So roughly 1627 to 1713, if you're trying to keep things absolutely historically aligned as far as time periods go. So they've got kind of a funky force special rule here. Seems a little bit situational compared to some of the other ones. So basically they get to reroll any of their failed fatigue and rally test results during the game's first turn, which is pretty cool. Saves you from burning some fortune points on turn 1, but you know, hopefully you're not in such a position on turn 1 where you've taken so much fire right off the bat. So, but again, it's cool if nothing else. But again, situational. So you know, if you ironically don't take any fire turn 1, or you just pass your rolls in the first try and you don't need to burn fortune anyway, well, then this rule doesn't really help you out. So, but aside from that, let's dig into the list because it's pretty cool. And again, just English stuff in general is some pretty solid units, certainly. And we'll look at those in separate videos. But your core units here are English Militia, Militia Cavalry, and Freebooters. So some pretty good options there. You can get a lot of mileage out of those units. Now, the support units, and there's quite a few here. So you get Militia Pikemen, Militia Artillery Crew, or Sea Dogs. Keyword or there, not both. Veteran Freebooters, if you want to go that route. Actual Musketeers. And then you can also have African Warriors from the unaligned factions. And then your command options. So really, let's back up for a sec. So we get 1, 2, 3 core units and potentially 5 support unit choices. So again, a pretty dang good selection. Command options. So any English militia commander, naturally, makes sense. But also special characters, if we want to go that route, we can take Colonel Edward Morgan, Sir Thomas Whetstone, or the man himself, Henry Morgan. So again, we'll cover all those guys in separate videos. And then our force options here. So if you wanted to essentially do a variant of this list, you can essentially make this a Jamaican militia force. So you can then take Musketeers and Sea Dogs as core if they're if they're armed with muskets. So really you bump your core choices to 5 different ones, which can be pretty cool if you want more of those particular units. However, that does come at the sacrifice of Militia Cavalry. So you're trading a little bit of mobility there for a couple extra units getting added to your core selection. So just something to keep in mind. But again, one of the fun parts of this game is not just that you have the sort of overall nations, right? English, French, Spanish, etc. But then you have all these separate faction lists, and then usually there's some sort of variant too. So lots of cool stuff in this game. So that's the basics of the Caribbean Militia for the English. Now on the army scale, if we happen to play super large games, they do have some allies. You can take Caribs, you can take the English Buccaneers as a list, again, which we'll actually be having in the next video, the Royal Navy, or the English Expeditionary Forces. So you got some choices there at the super large sized games. But again, overall a fun list. Again, we'll have separate videos on all the individual units at some point, so stay tuned for those. But overall, solid stuff. You get English Militia are just fine. Cavalry is pretty cool too, and then the Freebooters, you can't go wrong with them, and some pretty solid quality support units as well. So, and then the variant list, again, the Jamaica Militia, if you want to go that route, you know, you're tweaking that a little bit more. Core units, which again will let you have more of the Musketeers and Sea Dogs if you want in quantity, but again at the sacrifice of the Militia Cavalry. So a choice you would have to make, but could be worthwhile. So, but let us know your thoughts overall on the English Caribbean Militia. If you are an English player, what do you like in the list? What do you tend to favor from your core and support choices? Have you run the Jamaica Militia version? And how has that fared for you in either flavor of the list? And your thoughts as well on the force special rule. Do you think it's situational as well, or has it really mattered for you in some games? Would love to hear from you guys. Be sure to leave a comment below, like and subscribe. That helps the channel grow, and we'll have plenty more Blood and Plunder content for you guys very soon.